Hello, everyone. This is White Wolf, and I want to talk about every moment being sacred. And as it is gaining more of an awareness, more of an appreciation, more of a synchronization of your energy, and how you take all of your energy in increments and you allow to implement the very fact that you are the particle accelerator and that you're a little mustard seed that grows and multiplies and integrates into different waves of energy, different waves of channeled energy. You allow yourself to tap into a prophetic energy because you allow yourself to be the essence of every moment, because you understand that every moment is sacred, every moment is profound, every moment is just gaining a further awareness of what you are. You allow every moment to be beautiful. You allow to see the wind, the trees, the unseen, even the moments of healing. Healing is not negative. Everything that you embark on your moment, if it's manifestation, if it's gaining more prosperity, if it's just gaining more wisdom, or that you're studying something, you're being more studious, you're wanting to figure it out, you're questioning yourself, you're always checking yourself before you wreck yourself, you're allowing yourself to gain more knowledge, more wisdom, more passion, more grace, by understanding that each moment that you have is sacred because you're allowing it to be channeled in increments. You're allow every moment to be channeled within every single increment. You're allowing every moment to be a little particle that multiplies into a spontaneous combustion of energy. You allow yourself to be spontaneous and simultaneous with your omnipresence. So when you allow yourself to be this spontaneous awareness, you allow yourself to be the essence of every single experience before you experience every experience. You allow yourself to teleport into every single manifestation as if you're experiencing all of your manifestations, your parallel realities, and the aspects of yourself. So you allow yourself, if you want to experience love, you have to first then teleport into the moment of love. So that's how you have a prophetic vision, because you're allowing that vision to become who you are. You're allowing that vision to swirl into this vortex of energy. You're allowing yourself to be the stillness of 0 point creation, because then you realize that the appearance of light will start to come into the galaxies. You will realize that everything inside of your world, everything inside of your reality, everything that is inside of yourself is the appearance of light. It is the oracle of love, light, and wisdom that wants to channel the knowledge, the wisdom, the empowerment that is here, that is present. It allows you to let go of the past, but allows you to manifest the future while you're in the present. I do believe it's a good exercise to put your desired reality in the past, but what if you could put your desired reality right in the present? What if you could put the most preferred aligned state of consciousness right here in the present moment? And then you allow that expression to be changed. You allow the meaning to gain deeper wisdom. You allow the meaning to become more encrypted with your nature, because you allow it to be what it is. You don't force the restriction or the flow of energy. You are an electromagnetic kinetic source energy, so you're always generating without having to touch or move or feel or imbibe, because your feelings are not unsafe, but you're allowing yourself to feel even more as you gain more wisdom and progression and longevity, because you allow yourself to be consistent, but you also allow yourself to be persistent. Because when you allow yourself to have that aggressive nature of your reality, you allow the seeking impulse to drive you. Because now something is driving you. You have something motivating your energy. So when you have that motivation, there can't be any stagnation, because you're not presenting a limitation on yourself. You're not presenting something that will limit your vibration. So you don't allow yourself to be limited by what you just see. You have to believe that everything, you're like a cat, because cats can see everything that's around them all at once. Just because it's not in your peripheral does not mean that it's not there. So that's how you have a map of deliberate creation, because you know that everything is around you, everything is inside of you, and everything is outside of you. So that was my live to open up this introduction to the live. That wasn't just my live, but Also, you guys can book private sessions for psychic readings, healings, activation. So if you're watching this live and you feel blessed by it, we will discuss pricing. So what I wanted to get on here and say, by the very fact that you make the initiation, that you make the designed action, the most aligned action, by the way that you create and generate and prophesy, you are allowing yourself to be the prophecy that wants to be fulfilled. I almost said fulfilled because I'm so lit up right now. I just had a conversation with my girlfriend and it was very, very essential. But feel as if everything is a blessing. Feel as if you can start a new thing and do it with a smile and do it with a charismatic way about yourself. Do everything as if your life depended on it, but also show up to your life as if you're meant to be there. Because that's empowerment. That's beautiful. That's the essence. That's the truth. That is the way, which generates a different gateway. So when you see everything as a miracle, when you see everything as glory, as the Shekinah glory of God's source energy, you allow yourself to see that everything is beautiful and you can take it all in. Take everything in and soak up that energy. And this morning, I had really terrible dreams. But I had to let go of the identification of those bad dreams because those bad dreams did not represent who I was. And it allowed me to accept that I am the vessel for the divine. And if I give my life to God, if I give everything to Source, if I give everything away, and I let go of all of my negative allegiances, then you can literally disassociate from what is not you and confirm what everything that you are. So you're not living a false projection. Because that's what the human collective is healing a lot, is that we're getting rid of this sense of projecting a false self, projecting a false sense of truth, a false sense of being, a false sense of wearing certain clothes, the way that you dress, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you're designed. So when we're on the spiritual path, we have to reinvent ourselves every day. We have to reinvent ourselves because if we don't, then we stay the same, and we never stay the same. We're always changing every day. Every day that you wake up in the morning is another state of being. It is another way of being. It is another way of aligning who you are in your desired vibration. So you allow yourself to be that frequency. You allow yourself to quit anything that is an addiction. Because addictions can be in the form of talking bad about yourself, or being highly critical, or being very judgmental, or feeling like you have to force something to manifest. That could be a form of an addiction. That could be an unhealthy addiction. And to the point where it becomes an affliction, it becomes afflicting. And it becomes conflicting to what you are, instead of it being truthful and being honest. And persevering through any challenges, any tribulations, anything that tries to throw you off your game in a sense. So you allow yourself to not only be yourself, but you don't allow yourself to be the me. You allow yourself to be the I am. You allow yourself to be the presence of awareness. You allow yourself to be that little particle accelerator that is that little mustard seed that multiplies the flower of life. So each of your petals are just waiting to come up and grow and multiply and grow into a tree. And then you grow into something more. And then you expand into something great. And then you expand into something more in your design, in your archetype of your energy. So you allow yourself to build and expand upon what you want out of your life. So you allow yourself to not only be here, but you allow yourself to be everywhere. You allow yourself to be simultaneous. You allow yourself to be spontaneous. But you don't have to search for the excitement. You don't have to search for the meaning. You don't have to search for the description or the explanation. You just already wholeheartedly know what you want out of your life. You already know what you want out of yourself. You already know that you can have whatever you want. You already know that the desire will come through. And you know that you will channel everything that needs to be channeled, intellectualize, and learn at that exact moment. Because you allow yourself to be the divine channel of love, grace, and wisdom and transcendence. By each moment being sacred, you are giving yourself a new day. You're giving yourself signs, miracles, and wonders. You're allowing every day to be a part of a growing nature of expansion. You're allowing yourself to be intertwined with every type of parallel reality, every type of parallel aspect, all of your personality traits. And also, you're allowing your dark and light aspects to come into balance with itself. But then you're allowing yourself to finally tap into you don't allow yourself to be swayed by what you just see, by what is just here, by what you feel is truthful, because you already know with discernment and authority, and you allow yourself to counterbalance what is not true and what is not source. So, because nothing is good or bad, it's just, is it light or is it dark? Nothing is good or bad, my friends. So you allow yourself to see what is good and what is bad and what is wonderful and what is this and what is that. But you don't focus on what is, you focus on what it could be more, because you can always have more. Everything is created out of nothing. So everything inside of creation is created out of a speck of energy. But that speck of energy, meaning that you encompass the environment, the landscape, it is the adaptation of being adaptable to energy. So you allow yourself to adapt to, oh, I need to do this. Oh, I need to think differently. Oh, I need to use my emotions differently. But don't use it as a way of like thinking like emotions are not bad. Doing your shadow work is not bad. Dwelling in your shadow work isn't bad, but sometimes you have to step completely outside of yourself to step outside of your shadow. So it's like your shadow isn't bad. Your lies that you believe about yourself are not bad. But what is a disservice and the most insincere attempt at being sincere is perpetuating the false identification of your identity, of your assumptions, of those emotions that are false. It's okay to get angry. There's nothing wrong with anger. But how are you treating the anger? A lot of the times we treat ourselves like we are doctors or something. Because doctors can talk to you for 10 minutes and then they're just going to give you something that's a quick fix. It's almost as if you took the Band-Aid off of your scab before it actually healed. And you didn't allow it to integrate and to fold back into your skin and to come back into balance so that it was healed and the infection wasn't there. So sometimes, a lot of the times, we're just kind of like ripping the scab off, but we're not allowing the scab to heal. We didn't allow the scab to heal itself. So we're also going to do a meditation, but I wanted to give that antidote about how you can quickly change the way that you feel. You can quickly change the way that you go about your reality. So if everything is intertwined and everything is everywhere and everything is upside down and diagonal, kind of like in the Marvel movie Doctor Strange, where he's able to make different portals to different time periods, to different realities, to different dimensions, to different waves of energies, and he's generating different ripple effects to generate a cosmic illusion. But it's perfecting like, what illusion do you want out of yourself? Okay, you're living an illusion, you're living a preferred illusion, you're living an outline of that deep water horizon. So what do you want out of that deep water horizon? What do you want out of that Niagara Falls, that waterfall? And I was told a long time ago, and I say this a lot, it doesn't matter if you go upstream or downstream. Upstream is a lot smoother, downstream is a little more difficult, but it's going to get you to the same place. But I would recommend going upstream because it doesn't feel conflicting. It doesn't feel like it's rigid. It doesn't feel like it's hurtful or that it makes you suffer. It doesn't make you feel like you're hitting your head on a wall, because you're going with abundance. You're going with the flow. You're going with what your gut tells you. And there's this bias in the spiritual community, and I'm not going to downplay anybody who eats healthy, or they say it's your gut health, or they say it's your food. But sometimes it's about what you believe. If you believe you're poor, you're going to be poor. If you believe that you're fat, you're going to be fat. If you believe that you cannot exercise, you're not going to exercise. And there was a while ago where I was sitting down on the couch and I was like, man, I'm kind of getting a little chunky. And then my girlfriend was like, well, why don't you get up and fucking exercise? And it's like, oh. You know? But she didn't say that to be mean to me. She was just saying it like, get up, go fucking exercise if you don't like the way that you look. And that's what I started doing. I started doing my cardio routine. I started running more. I started, not eating fast food a bunch. And I didn't really necessarily go green or keto or anything like that. I just stopped eating stuff that was bad for me, I started eating more things that was rounding out the diet more. So it's like, that's beautiful. I love that. And I hope you guys know that I read your comments. Ever been told no love was lost? That's true. That's true. No love is ever lost, because you can never lose love. It will always be there. It is always invincible. And it is always there. It is always present. It is infinity. Love is always coming back to your state of being, to your state of wonder, to your state of imagination. Love will never fail you. Love will never fail you. Love will never fail you. You can never fail. You can never win, and you can never lose. Success is happiness. Success is when you find the bliss, the beauty, and the simplicity in every single moment. You allow yourself to be comfortable in things that are uncomfortable. You allow yourself to breathe that essence of source energy every day. Because guess what? The breathing and then the exhalation is that Kundalini energy. You take that breath in, and then you release it out, and you let it go, and you send it out into the ethers. And then you subtract more, and then you add more, and then you implement more, and then you act upon, and you don't compromise your vibration. And some people think that wearing a crown of leaves isn't spiritual, or somebody who has a southern drawl can't be spiritual. Somebody who smokes cigars, they can't be spiritual. Even though that the Indians used it for their throat chakra, and they used it as natural healing modality. So it's like, we should not discriminate against anyone that wants to be enlightened, because that is where we close the door on them. There are spiritual rappers. I met a person who had a nice southern accent. He sounded like a cowboy, but he's a light worker. I'm sitting on my back porch, smoking a cigar, enjoying life, seeing everything as a miracle, seeing everything as beauty. And yeah, we need to plant seeds. We need to plant trees. We need to build entrepreneurs. We need to build inventors. We need to build healers. We need to build people up and not tear them down. And yes, do we tear ourselves down? But like a great corporation, we build ourselves back up. Even though we broke down those barriers, we're building a more stronger foundation within ourselves. And I was very fortunate because I have a girlfriend on the path. But when people are alone, sometimes that means that you have a great anointing on your life. When we go at it alone, when there's people on the path that go at it alone, that means that they do have harsher reflections. They do go through things that are more challenging. They go through things that are more intense. But it's out of love. It's out of bringing you back to balance. It's out of pushing you towards your limits so that you stay out of your comfort zone, so that you can stay in the stretching zone, so that you don't allow yourself to be doing too much, but you're doing just enough. And then you realize that you are enough, and that we are meant to guide and teach and to be a beacon of love to everyone around us. And I love that you're saying facts. But when you speak something into existence, when you say the truth, no matter if it hurts somebody's feelings, no matter if it pisses a lot of people off, but you say it with the fire and the intensity and the authority and the compassion and the love that comes out of you, that is where you pierce the veil and you shatter the hourglass and you absolutely shatter the ego when you just speak that truth. And it lifts people up. And yeah, the purpose. I love your comments, by the way. And don't forget, guys, you can book a private session anytime. And also, we're going to be doing a meditation as well. I've had a lot of healing today. Intense healing, abrupt healing. Just thinking about things in a different perspective and not thinking of it in a negative perspective. But thinking about it as a miracle, as a sign, and as a confirmation. So, and everybody is meant for the people that they're supposed to teach to. That's why I say many times that you are an individuated creation. Individuated because you're meant to speak to this person. You're meant to speak with that person. You're the hip-hop channel, but this person's the country channel. And they might not resonate with you, but you're the hip-hop channel. And you're meant to allow people to have their rhyme schemes, allow their lyrics, allow their vowels to be in a certain way. And then you have this other station that's country, and it talks about life on the prairie, it talks about trucks, it talks about other stuff. So it's different frequencies, but it's the same thing. It's the interconnectedness. It is the soul love. It is the soul tree. And we have to get to the point where we look at life as a co-creation, because we're all co-creating together. We're all co-creating as this essence of source. Because it's not just me, and I'm just like this big guy or big gal or anything like that, because then that's indoctrination. We don't want to indoctrinate people. We want people to like stand the fuck up and see that they have free will and see that they have truth and see they have something to give, because they are the gift. They are the blessing. You know, I told God this morning that I just wanted to be that vessel of love. I wanted to be a part of you, Source. I want to give my life to you. I want to give my time to you. Lighter's not working. Good for you. Awesome. So I'm checking in with my guys to see if they want me to talk about anything else, but we're going to do a meditation. Um, and with this meditation, I want you to allow yourself to see everything as it is a sign, as it is a miracle, as it is a way of wondering and questioning and developing that seeking impulse, stepping out in faith, acting on things, and also just seeing each moment as an increment of co-creation. So, without further ado, this is White Wolf. I hope you guys are enjoying this live. I hope you know that I enjoy speaking into your guys' lives, and I really enjoy doing these videos. They're my lifeline. So without further ado, this is White Wolf. Get grounded, get centered, focus on an object. Allow yourself to lay down whatever speaks with you at the moment, whatever is present, whatever is loving, whatever is charismatic, whatever is exciting to you to the point where you don't have to develop the excitement. And see that you're here for a greater purpose. Just know that you're generating a purposeful purpose to where there is such a cryptic meaning. It is encoded. It is layered. It is cosmic abundance fully realized. It's respecting yourself. It's having self-care. It's having self-love. But it's also having love for the universe. And it's having love for the universe to the point where you allow yourself to see into the future while you're in the present. You can see into the present while you're in the future. You allow yourself to be a shapeshifter. You shift and adapt to the environment that is present. You change the energy wherever you go. You are a magnetic force of attracting whatever you want and whatever you desire within your life. By that authority and by that discernment, you see that by reinforcing that perspective of that alignment, of that truth, of that existence, because existence has a reason to exist. And you find all the transcendent reasons to live, laugh, and love, to see your life in a beautiful portrait. And by seeing that, you change the flavor, you change the outcome, you change the cause. And you're changing the way that it affects you, but also the way that it's affecting your external reality. Because the inner reality is wanting that external to know itself and vice versa. It's a counterbalance. It's a recalibration of your life. It's a reset button, if you will. So if you allow yourself to set the reset button on your life, you can allow it to feed your spirit instead of going against the grain, going against what you are. Allowing it to generate such conflict within your own vibration to where you start manipulating yourself to talk yourself out of it, to not do it, to not meditate, to be resistance to healing. But if you saw it as like, if I heal, then I can go about my day in a better mood, in a better attitude, in a better vibration, in a better state of being. Oh, I have shadows? Oh, that's a good. Then I can see past those illusions. I can see past those shadows. I can see past what is limiting me. I can accept the shadow, but I can allow the light and the dark to be one so that it can finally become the appearance of light, the appearance of all things. So you allow yourself to not be a subject to an object. You don't allow yourself to be attached to people, places, and things. You're finally becoming independent of your vibration. Independent because you're finally working on yourself. You're not blaming others. You're not pointing the finger. You're not looking for a reason to blame. Because you're here for a reason. You're here to be a teacher, a guide, and you're here to be God. But you're not here to be God Almighty. But you're here to be your own creator source, your own source of creation. If you're a goddess, be a goddess. If you're a god, be a god. If you're an oracle, be an oracle of love, light, and wisdom. If you have the ability to heal, if you have the ability to invent something, to be an entrepreneur, to be a rapper, to be a singer, do what creates a volume of energy, an abundance of energy. Allow it to be the source of your own imagination, and allow the appearance of light to come crashing through that 0 point creation. There's a heart coherence. There's a heart coherence. Your heart is aligned with the mind. And when that happens, you're aligned with your body. But then you realize that you finally have your mind right and you finally have your heart right and your body feels better. Then you realize that you're not just focused on what is here, on what you can see and what is physical. You start to transcend what that is. You're embracing that non-physical aspect of reality. You're embracing that soul, that divinity that's within yourself. You allow yourself to see that you are the trees, you are the wind, you are what is not seen, because you are an illusion. Because God is an illusion. But you're God manifested in the human form. But a while back ago, I said that we have a resurrection, or I think the other day I said, the resurrection of the soul. But what is it like to feel reborn? What is it like to feel rejuvenated in a sense? What does it feel to feel pumped, to feel excited, without having to pull from somewhere? Because you already have it coming from the heavens. So you allow yourself to see that it's not what's in front of my face. It's not what's over there. Everything is a projection. So we just have to quit projecting something that is not the truth, that is negative, that is going against what we are, that is restricting the flow of creation. Project what you want. Speak worlds into existence. Proclaim the names of Source. And this is tricky. The names of Source are affirmations. But those affirmations turn into declarations. And then that declaration turns into the will to be free. And then the will to be free means that you have the ability to just be. To be forever, to be infinity, to be love. You're the compass. You're the car that drives itself. You're the basketball player. So dribble left and right, through the legs, behind your back, and then shoot the score. even before you knew that you were going to do the hesitation, the crossover, the dribble, whatever it was, before you even knew you were going to do it, it's already in there. It's a home run. That's the funny thing about channeling, like actors channel, inventors, people who sing. They're channeling. And they already know what to say. They already know what to do. Because you're being that essence of that divine power. You don't have to force it, you don't have to manipulate it, you don't have to question it. Because it is there, it is here, it is now. And it's what allows you to be cause-driven. So find all the things to be happy about. Find all the things that bring you love. Find all the things that bring you joy. And see that you can change the meaning. You can change the course of existence. You can change the way you feel right now. You can change your thinking. You can change everything right here, right now, ever present, all the time. You get the choice. That's what free will is. Meditation, it's a choice. It's a good choice, but it's also a choice. Some days you won't want to meditate, and it's fine. But then that next day, you do meditate, and it just completely recalibrates you. It changes everything. Because you're allowing yourself to be encoded within the divine blueprint. So you allow yourself to follow that divine blueprint to the point where it's a code that you live by. It's honor, it's integrity. It is something that allows you to lead with your heart. It is something that cannot be distorted because it's not living by negativity, it's not living by suffering, it's not living impoverished. It's not living like it does not have any creativity. You have something to say, you have something to give. So be the gift that keeps on giving. And give yourself to Source every day. So everybody take one last deep breath. Exhale. And so it is. Well, that was pretty powerful. I hope I can get your guys' feedback on that. My lighter's not working for some reason. I don't know why, but thank you guys so much for being a part of that meditation. It was very powerful. I hope you got everything that you needed from it. And also, if you're online and you have an online presence, or you're thinking about going live, do it. If you're thinking about writing poetry, do it, post it. If you're thinking about just doing something that some people are going to look at you and be like, what the fuck, do it. If you want to be a singer, if you want to be a rapper, if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to be an investor, whatever you want. It doesn't have to be what I'm doing, and it doesn't have to be what our previous teachers have taught us or the previous teachings that we have. We can have new teachings. We can have new ways of energy. Because a lot of us in spirituality, we're thinking that we have to bring back stuff that's already been reprimanded, that's already been amended so many times, that's already been brought back so many times in the old ways. No, we need a new way. We need something new to come about. We need something new to happen. We need something new to counterbalance all of this stale energy. So it's really just trying to maintain that relevancy. Be relevant. And I think being relevant is staying consistent, but it's also staying present, and it's also just doing what's in the flow of energy. I think that's what's beautiful at the end of the day. So, yeah. So thank you guys so much for attending this live. Thank you, Galaxy Wolf. Thank you, Mozak1978. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and being a part of the meditation. And I love you. God bless. And namaste.